All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to go racing at the Glen. Patrick Pieper, Clay Kirchenbauer on the front row, Richie Joplin and Colby Whipple have the second row, Blake Veecken and Justin Swafford on the third row, Jacob Morgan and Tyler Ott on the fourth row, Trevor Sotheby and Aaron Brill rounding out the top 10. Pudge and Brian Hewitt 11th and 12th. Ryan McDaniel starts in 13th, Jeremy Root in 14th, Dean Webb starting in 15th, Jeremy Edwards in 16th, points leader Edmund Jones starts back in 17th, Lance Spawnberg in 18th, Brandon Newby rounding out the 19-car field here tonight. And of course for road course racing, so you get the map to keep track of your favorite drivers as they begin their warm-up lap. Now, they will not have any full course cautions tonight. That is the plan. However, there will be a competition caution at lap 20. And they brought out the Porsche pace car for tonight. "19 drivers, 40 laps around the track. Track temperature currently 110 degrees versus what they practiced in, right around 106. Air temperature 66 degrees, a little bit warmer. But that hotter track is going to make for a bit of sliding around here tonight. This track can get greasy and slidey very, very quickly, especially for trucks that aren't really designed for road course racing. Will definitely make things interesting. As always, if you have a favorite driver in the field, don't forget to drop in the comments. Let us know who you're cheering for. A lot of the drivers listen in love to know their fans are in the stands. Here we go through the final turn. The Porsche pace car goes to pit road. Pace car is in. Patrick Pieper in the lead. Green flag is in the air there, down and away at Watkins Glen. And Clay launches out of there. Now Patrick Pieper clears into turn one. A few drivers go a little bit wide, but everybody saves it. Something has happened to Jeremy Root. Richie Joplin on the charge up through the S's to the lead, takes Clay with him. Down the straightaway. Into the bus stop they go. Richie has the lead. Pieper, who was fastest in practice, now sits back in third. Blake Veecken in fourth, Colby Whipple in fifth. Dean Webb already up 4 spots into 11th. Points leader Edmund Jones up 3 spots into 14th. Hey, good evening, Paulo Anacito. How the heck are you, man? And Pudge appears to maybe have gone to pit road. Pudge is stopped on the front stretch. He's coming back up to speed. Let's see if we can see what happened to Pudge here. the last turn. Did he just have some problems? He broke loose. Manages to save it and get it back out before the commitment cone. Hollow cheering on Blakey Pooh, Snickerdoodle Boo Boo. Blakey now in fourth as Swafford has had a problem back behind. Swafford right on Jacob Morgan's bumper as they head toward turn one. Out breaks Morgan, shoots to the inside on Whipple. A little too much and he goes around. Manages to recover and keep going. And Pudge also having a problem. Pudge shooting to the inside as they head toward the bus stop. And ran out of room, gets that inside wall and it turns him. Two of the top points contenders in trouble early. Richie Joplin still has the lead. Pieper now to second. Clay holds on to third. Blake Viken in fourth, about 2.5 seconds back. Colby Whipple another 4 seconds back in fifth with Dean Webb already up 9 spots into sixth. Jacob Morgan holds on to seventh with Tyler Ott in eighth. Newcomer Trevor Sotheby in ninth. Edmund Jones, the points leader, up 7 spots into 10th. Ryan McDaniel also on the move, up 2 spots into. We've got a caution. We have got a caution on lap 3. And it looks like Richie Joplin and Patrick Pieper involved. A little bump and Pieper got into Richie. Richie comes back up. They connected. Clay Kirchenbauer involved. An unexpected full course caution out of that final turn. Pieper just gets into Richie and a little bumping down the front straightaway. Blake Viken now has the lead. Colby Whipple to second. Dean Webb to third. Jacob in fourth. And Tyler Ott in fifth. What an unexpected turn of events here early. Patrick Pieper is on pit road. Newbie also headed in. I expect to see Clay Kirchenbauer also head to pit road. And I am sure Richie Joplin, no, Richie is retired from the race. Richie came in tonight 5th in points. This is gonna hurt. However, the one driver that definitely has an advantage in the points right now, Blake Viken. Blake came in tonight second and tied for second with Justin Swafford, 7 points behind Edmund Jones. Blake now leads Edmund up 10 spots into 7th. big surprise to see this caution. However, this could very well mean the drivers do not get a competition caution. Time will tell if they do at lap 20. Very unexpected, like I said, to have a full course caution here. Normally, the drivers would just keep going. However, that incident just clogged up the entire front straightaway. Patrick Pieper still on pit road, as is Clay Kirchenbauer. Remember, they do not have a fast repair tonight. Paulo Anacito is calling for somebody to put Newbie into the grandstand. Newbie currently on pit road. That might get a little tricky. Now, I don't want to say anything to jinx it, but so far, that car right behind Edmund Jones is up 6 spots into 7th place. Pudge had a rough start. Let's see if we can get a quick word with him. Hey, Pudge, it's Doug. You got me?
Hey, what's going on, Doug?
Hey, you definitely had a rough start to this one, man.
Yeah, I was not prepared for this race, so I'm gonna try to play it smart here and try to see if we can just. I didn't expect that wreck to happen just now that took out some of the faster guys in this race, so maybe I can still get a squeeze of top 5 in there.
Well, it definitely could be a good points night if you can come back. Obviously, that slip coming out of the final turn. Gotta say, that was a really good save. You didn't hit the commitment cone or anything.
Dude, I was saying a lot of bad words at that moment, so hopefully we can keep it on the track from here on out.
Well, good luck, man. Obviously, the season has definitely turned your way recently. Hopefully, it continues to do so.
Yes, sir, buddy. I appreciate you.
Pudge currently sitting back in 11th after dropping all the way to the back early on. Coming out of the last turn on lap 1, getting loose and almost ended up on pit road unplanned. About half the field has been in for fuel and or tires. Clay Kirchenbauer has 40 minutes of required repairs. He will still have an opportunity to get back out, but that hurts, especially for a guy who has worked his way up to 6th in points and knows that Richie Joplin is out of the race. Some of his top contenders are in trouble here early. Unfortunately for Clay, it was just a situation. They wrecked right in front of him. Sitting in 3rd, he had nowhere to go. That whole track just clogged up. And I'm willing to bet there was a brief argument after that incident. Just a hunch. So Blake Veek and Colby Whipple will have the front row. Dean Webb, Jacob Morgan on the 2nd. Trevor Sotheby and Edmund Jones on the 3rd. Ryan McDaniel, Brian Hewitt, Tyler Ott, Jeremy Edwards round out your top 10. And we could have just seen the competition caution, folks. Hopefully Clay can go and confirm if they're still going to have a comp caution at lap 20 or not for us. Patrick Pieper did try and get back off pit road, apparently had problems, and towed back. Blakey Poo Snickerdoodle Boo Boo leads them through to the final turn and gets ready for the restart. Blake will be in control here. Porsche pace car drops in. Blake fires there, away, green flag back in the air. Down into turn one. This is always a little sketchy. There is some bumping through the field, but everybody makes it through one. Okay, up through the S's. Dean Webb has made his way to second place, up 13 spots. Looks like Pudge trying to make some moves on the straightaway. It's going to get tight into the bus stop. This time Pudge makes it through on the inside. Oh, we've got one off in the grass. It's Tyler Ott. He manages to recover but loses some track position. And I think Pudge may have been full of crap when he said he was just going to take it easy. He's already shot back up to 8th. Dean Webb still on the bumper of Blake Veek, and they've opened up a 2-second lead on Colby Whipple and Jacob Morgan. Morgan now up to 4th. Rookie Trevor Sotheby in 5th. Edmund Jones currently running in 6th. Ryan McDaniel in 7th. Pudge in 8th. Hey, good evening, Jason. How the heck are you? Hey, good evening, Sean Lesperance. Wow, Pudge practically pushing Ryan out of the S's. He looks down to the inside. Pudge is a very good road racer. With a lot of road racing experience, so this definitely favors him tonight, despite the early issues. Pieper, will you be able to get back out on track? No, it appears that Pieper has retired. The fastest driver in practice now out of the race as Dean Webb takes the lead. That Pieper officially out of the race. Oh, the engine is gone. My pleasure, Jason. Love doing it. Dean already opened up almost a 1-second lead on Blake Veekin. Colby Whipple in 3rd, Jacob Morgan in 4th, the rookie in 5th, Edmund in 6th. Here comes Pudge in 7th. Swafford back in 8th, Jeremy Edwards in 9th. Ryan in 10th. Oh, it's getting a little dicey. They're going to try the bus stop 3 wide. No, they wised up. It looked like Aaron and Brian Hewitt backed out of it right before they got there. Newbie did not lift. That was a gutsy move headed toward the bus stop. I got to say, and it looks like Tyler Ott may have had an issue coming out of the carousel turn. Sean, how are you liking it, buddy? I keep looking at it. That's funny, Jason. Blake Viken continuing to lose ground. The top 6 did not pit under the early caution. They will still need fuel, and if we do not get the competition caution, hey, good evening, Richie West. Patrick, do you know if they're still going to do the comp caution at lap 20? I know that was a big question mark. That competition caution or the fuel stop will come into play here in a big way. The drivers can only go about 16 to 19 laps on a tank of fuel. Likely the guys that pitted under caution, they should be able to do this on one stop, but the group up front, they're going to have to make 2. Jason, I will make a point of making sure he gets notified of it, buddy. Jacob Morgan is closing in on second place. Blake Viken, he's bringing Whipple with him. And they have got a line of cars, or a line of trucks rather, all the way back to 8th place Pudge. As Swafford now looks to the inside on Edmund Jones into the penultimate corner. That is a big points battle right there. Swafford and Viken came into tonight tied for second in points, just 7 points behind Edmund Jones. Now both Swafford and Viken ahead of Edmund and picking up points, and we've got cars off track. It's the rookie Trevor Sotheby has a problem in turn 1. There is the newcomer headed off toward turn 1. Swafford behind, Whipple ahead, and he just completely missed his braking point. Almost saves the drift, backs it into the wall, but keeps going. Gotta say, I thought Trevor had that thing saved for a second. Swafford has now caught the back bumper of Colby Whipple. Edmund Jones is back into 6th with Pudge in 7th. Ryan McDaniel, who was making his way forward earlier in the race, almost made it to the top 5, has now slipped back to 11th, still up 2 spots from where he started. Brandon Newby, however, is coming. We saw how hard Brandon Newby will push the truck when he headed toward the bus stop earlier. And he's going to look side by side with McDaniel up the S's. Brandon Newby goes to 11th. Oh, McDaniel was in the wall. He's going to slip back as Aaron Brill goes by. No, they're going to try side by side into the bus stop. Brill goes a little bit deeper. Lance Sponberg has had a problem back behind. Coming down the front straightaway toward turn 1. Oh, just misses his braking point in a big way. Minimal impact to that one, though. Jacob Morgan has caught up to Blake Viken, but he's got Swofsky right on the bumper. And Pudge hanging it all out, coming out of the S's, almost off into the grass, now into the bus stop. Man, Pudge is hitting that, he's hitting the bus stop hard, but he is hitting those rumble strips harder than I've ever seen anybody hit it with a truck or a cup car. Jeremy Edwards continues to make his way forward as well. Jeremy up 8 spots into 8th place. Lance Sponberg is on pit road. Jeremy Root, who had some problems at the start of the race, on the pace laps, is currently back in 16th place. 3 drivers off, Patrick Pieper and Richie Joplin officially out of the race. Clay Kirchenbauer still on pit road trying to get repairs. Hopefully will be able to get back out. Clay could still pick up a few points. Meanwhile, Dean Webb's lead over Viken, now 10 seconds. Viken now has Morgan and Swafford right there with him. Colby Whipple has Edmund Jones and Pudge right there as well. And Jeremy Edwards closing in on both groups. Oh, Newbie around in the bus stop. He manages to recover it. Ryan has a run down low. Looks like, oh, he had to avoid Newbie. Great save by Ryan McDaniel. Let's see what happened with Newbie. Brandon Newbie headed toward the bus stop. Hits that first strip, rumble strip, a little too hard. Hard on the brakes, but manages to save it. Colby Whipple is on pit road. Russell Work cheering on Dean Webb. Dean just checked out from the field. Blake starting to pull away just a little bit from Swafford and Morgan at the moment. Pudge is having some problems. He is losing ground. He was right there with Jeremy Edwards and Edmund Jones. Let's see what happened to Pudge. Coming out of the, oh, hard hit to the wall. Just too much of the rumble strips. Heavy damage to Pudge's truck as Trevor is on pit road. Jacob Morgan, Justin Swafford are starting to close back in. Swafford looks to the inside. Jacob backs it out. Dean Webb, the leader, is on pit road. Swafford now to third. Blake is headed to pit road. Swafford is going to take the lead. Jacob Morgan also in. Edmund Jones is in. Jeremy Edwards, one of the drivers that stayed out under caution. Now to second place. Pudge was in under caution. Tyler Ott was also in, as well as Aaron Brill and Brandon Newby. Ryan McDaniel did not come in under that caution, but it looks like he can go a little further. Dean Webb, after his pit stop, coming past Pudge. Pudge appears to possibly be down on power. Oh, he is off in the grass. See if we can dial up Pudge's in-car camera. That truck is definitely down on power, and there is the competition caution. Pace car is out. Swofsky will pick it up here. Pudge's truck is in really bad shape. He's going to try and make a pace lap around here. You see the front end under braking, and it's just not attached, it's vibrating. Should see all of the top 6 on pit road this time. At the moment, Jeremy Edwards is the biggest mover of the race, up 14 spots into second place. The strategy is definitely playing into his hand. The big question is the drivers that stopped earlier under green flag conditions, will they come in, try and top off on fuel and go the distance? Dean Webb, who stopped earlier, he is not coming in. Blake Viken also staying out. Jacob Morgan is going to stay out as well. Jeremy Root is starting to make up some ground here tonight as well after the problems early on in the race. Jeremy Edwards back on track. Looks like he is going to be about 6th place. Let's see if we can get a word with him. Hey, Jeremy, it's Doug. You got me?
Yep, got you, Doug.
Hey, a great run. A great strategy move earlier gave you a ton of track position, and man, you were flying through the field anyway. Now back in, looks like 5th place. Are you going to be able to make your way back up to the front?
Not get along, so I'm just hoping for other people to crash.
Well, man, it has been a great run so far. You obviously have the strategy perfect here tonight. Good luck, and hopefully we see you keep moving forward.
All right, thanks.
Jeremy Edwards currently in 5th place. Dean Webb back in the lead. Blake Viken in 2nd. Jacob Morgan in third, Swafford in fourth, Jeremy Edwards in fifth, Trevor Sotheby sixth, Aaron Brill in seventh, Edmund Jones is eighth, Colby Whipple in ninth, and Ryan McDaniel in 10th. Tyler Ott currently in 11th, Pudge on his way off pit road after repairs. Same with Jeremy Root and Brandon Newby. Lance Spawnberg back out on track, as well as Brian Hewitt. Jeremy Edwards is hitting pit road. Trevor Sotheby both hitting pit road. This is likely a fuel stop. They are just going to top off in hopes that they can go the distance from here. Still got about 14 trucks on the lead lap. All of them still in the fight. But remember what we saw early in this race, that first green flag lap, and especially turn one here at Watkins Glen, always tricky. Brian Hewitt is the lucky dog, but it looks like his wave around came way late. He may not make it back to the tail end of the field before the green. They're about 2 turns away. The lap around here is about 1:15. Here we go, out of the final turn, Dean Webb in control. He's in the zone, he fires, green flag is in the air, Blake Veakin gets a better launch. Down into turn one, Veakin side by side, but Veakin on the high side loses ground. Morgan looks to the inside for second. Brandon Newby had a problem on the restart. So did Pudge. Pudge was trying to catch up to the field before the green started, just goes a bit wide. Newby snaps loose. Dean's starting to open up a gap, and look at this, Colby Whipple has had a problem. Coming down toward the bus stop, Whipple looks to the inside, can't get there. Tyler Ott right behind as Whipple snaps loose, goes around. Everybody manages to avoid him. Dean has already opened up a 1.4 second lead on Blake Veakin. Jacob Morgan, Justin Swafford, Edmund Jones still right there. Aaron Brill closing in. Jeremy Edwards back in 7th. Jeremy Root back to the lead lap. He is in 8th place now. Tyler Ott currently in 9th and Pudge in 10th. Ryan McDaniel is blowing up. Looks like Ryan may have just blown a shift going into turn 1. That is a heartbreak. Ryan was having a great run tonight. He is going to try and limp it back to pit road, get it fixed, but heartbreaking. Ryan was running in the top 10. And at one point, just outside the top 5, he was on fire tonight. Dean Webb, meanwhile, just set the fastest lap of the night, a 1:13.59. Dean, the only driver to have dropped into the 1:13s other than Richie Joplin. Blake Viken currently in second, Swafford in third, all over Viken's bumper. Jacob Morgan now back to fourth. Edmonds still holding on in fifth. Viken, Swafford, and Jones, all three battling for that championship. Along with Pudge. Pudge currently back in 10th place. Jeremy Edwards has had a problem. Coming through the final turn. Gets on the power, the truck snaps loose. Jeremy Root managed to avoid it. We saw Brian Hewitt get waved around, get the lucky dog, but that was coming through the second to last turn on the restart. Hewitt could only get so far ahead, and now Dean Webb laying down those fast laps has caught and put him a lap down again. Ryan, was it a missed shift? What happened? Obviously, you didn't have any wrecks. We just saw it blow up. Sorry, buddy. I was really rooting for you. You had a great run going. Colby Whipple making his way back into the top 10. Brandon Newby, after that impressive drift earlier in the race, has fought his way back up into 12th. Oh, Dean really cutting those corners coming through the bus stop. Ouch. Yeah, I have done that too, Ryan. I am so sorry, buddy. Edmund Jones sitting back in fifth, trying to close the gap on Jacob Morgan. Morgan pulling away, but can't close in on Viken. Swafford now to second place. Ryan McDaniel, Clay Kirchenbauer still sitting on pit road, hoping to get back out and at least pick up some points tonight. All good, buddy. Completely understand, ma'am. I have been there. Aaron Brill has quietly been working his way forward. He is now up into 6th place. Aaron has managed to avoid a lot of chaos, but Jeremy Root, after problems on the pace lap, has made his way back to the lead lap and is now going by Brill to take 6th. Aaron still holds on to 7th, Tyler Ott in 8th, Jeremy Edwards in 9th. And luckily, it looks like Edwards' truck, after hitting the wall, is still okay. Hey, good evening, Tina. Swafford is in. Edmund Jones is in. Final pit stops underway. Tina, Ryan definitely had a top 5 truck coming in. It had been up in the up toward the top 5. At strategy perfect, everything looked great. Dean Webb's lead now almost 7 seconds over Viken. Jacob Morgan in 3rd. Now pit strategy. Here we go. Dean Webb is coming in. The leader is on pit road. Blake Viken is coming in. Jacob Morgan choosing to stay out. Jeremy Root is on pit road. Aaron Brill is headed in. Jeremy Edwards is coming in. Swafford has already completed his stop. Colby Whipple, Trevor Sotheby, Blake Viken on his way out. Colby and Trevor have not completed their stops yet. Jacob Morgan should be coming in this time by, which should cycle the lead to Justin Swafford. No! Morgan is not in. Morgan is going to try and stretch the fuel as far as he can. Jacob Morgan pitted on lap 18. He did have the caution laps. Did he save enough fuel from that stop, from that caution? Could he go the distance here? Dean Webb off pit road in 3rd, Colby Whipple in 4th, Viken in 5th. Whipple has not completed his stop yet either. He stopped on lap 20. The rookie Trevor Sotheby also has not stopped yet. He is one of the drivers that came in right before the green flag and topped off. Jeremy Root currently in 7th. Everybody from 7th on back has completed a pit stop. Just a few drivers left that have not stopped. 9 laps to go. Ryan McDaniel now officially out along with Patrick Pieper and Richie Joplin. Clay Kirchenbauer still sitting on pit road. Could he return? Trevor Sotheby is on pit road this time. Jacob Morgan's lead is shrinking. It's now down to 18 seconds over Swafford. However, looking at the lap times and the numbers, Jacob Morgan is running his laps about a second slower than he has been all night long. No, Jacob Morgan is coming in. I really thought for a minute there Jacob Morgan was going to go for it. Swafford will assume the lead, but Dean Webb not far behind and gaining. Blake Viken sits back in third. Colby Whipple in fourth. Jeremy Root will be in fifth, depending on where Jacob comes out at. Colby Whipple is in. And that will complete the round of pit stops. Everybody can go to the end. Jacob Morgan managing to come off pit road in fourth place. Pieper cheering on Swofsky here tonight. Brian Hewitt has had a problem. Hewitt, who had fought his way back to the lead lap, gets loose out of the carousel turn into the wall, and oh, hard hit across the track. He tows it to pit road. With Justin Swafford in third, Justin Swafford in the lead, Blake Viken in third, and Edmund Jones in sixth. The points battle going into next week in Martinsville. That's going to be an extremely close battle with 2 races left to go. Left to go in the season. Swafford's lead now down to 1.3 seconds. Dean Webb is closing. Blake Viken about 11 seconds back. Morgan about 5 1/4 seconds behind him. Jeremy Root has made his way into 5th and is gaining on Jacob Morgan. Edmund Jones right behind in 6th place, also starting to make up some ground en route. Jeremy Edwards, despite his earlier issue, currently sitting in 7th, and Clay Kirchenbauer has rolled off pit road. Looks like he is just going to try and stay out of the way. He has picked up 1 spot, moving him up into 17th. Likely just trying to complete a lap to get a few extra points. Clay came in tonight 6th in points. Dean Webb has caught up to Justin Swafford. Now Viken is about 12 seconds back, but if these two start battling hard, anything could happen. Jacob Morgan sits in 4th. Jeremy Root now just 3.9 seconds behind, continues to reel him in with 5 laps left to go. Several positions still up for grabs here tonight. And with 2 races left to go in the season, and both races potentially wild card races, every point is gonna matter. Brandon Newby currently in 12th place, about to lose a lap as Swafford closes in. Newby has stuck it out, had a great run tonight. Nowski is out of the race. See if we can see what happened to Pudge. A few laps ago, and Pudge had issues earlier in the race and just clipped that. Looks like that truck is just barely holding itself together. Looked like he limped it back to pit road and called it a night. Swafford and Webb nose to tail. They have cleared lap traffic. At least for the moment, a couple of trucks ahead could come into play. Swafford has been faster the last part of the track. Dean has been faster the first part up through the S's and in the bus stop. Dean really pushing it out of turn 1. That back end was sliding around. Jacob Morgan has started closing in on Beacon, but 5 seconds behind with 3 laps to go. He needs Beacon to make a mistake. Jeremy Root, who was gaining on Jacob, now 4.2 seconds back. Tyler Ott has closed in on Jeremy Edwards. That is the battle for 7th. Oh, Jeremy smoking the tire into 1 that time. Out of the final turn, popsicle sticks in the air. It'll be 2 to go at the line. Jeremy Edwards has gotten past Tyler Ott to take 7th place. Aaron Brill back in 9th. Colby Whipple holds on to 10th. Lance Sponberg still on track in 13th, behind Newby in 12th and Sotheby in 11th. And Swafford has opened up a bit of a gap on Dean Webb. Just over 1 second as he comes into lap traffic. Lap traffic moving aside, letting the leaders battle it out. Lance Sponberg goes really wide, giving room to the leaders. Both Swafford and Dean hanging it out a lot. But coming down the front straightaway, white flag is in the air. 1 more lap to go. Swafford has a 9/10 of a second lead. Trevor Sotheby just ahead may come into play tonight. Blake Viken just has to make one clean lap. He will come home in third. Jacob Morgan, currently in fourth, has pulled a gap on Jeremy Root in fifth. Dean is close back up, coming through the bus stop, just half a second behind. Out of the carousel, just a couple more turns to go. Swafford leads into the penultimate corner. He's got a 4/10 of a second gap. Dean is sending it into the last turn. It won't be enough. Justin Swafford will win at Watkins Glen. Dean Webb comes home in second. Blakey Poo comes home in third. And Newbie has a problem. Jacob Morgan will come home in fourth. Jeremy Root, what a recovery to finish in the top five. Edmund Jones will finish in sixth, and this will have a huge, huge shakeup in the points after tonight. Let's see if we can talk to our top three, starting with Blakey. Blake, that was one heck of a run tonight, buddy.
Yes, sir, it was.
I bet you're a little worn out. You put up one heck of a fight, especially throughout the race, trying to maintain pace with Dean and Justin.
Not really. I was just trying to run my own race, just finish where I could. And then that first wreck on the front stretch scared the little crap out of me.
Well, yeah, you were right behind that. That had to have gotten a bit sketchy.
It was, and then, of course, with 3 laps to go, my screen went black in the bus stop.
Well, that's always exciting, but at least you managed to recover it, buddy, and come home a great finish, and, man, that just tightened the points up going into Martinsville dramatically.
That's what I love to hear.
Well, great job tonight, Blake. Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you.
Dean Webb comes home in second. Dean, it looked like you were going to dominate this race right up until the last stop.
Oh, hell, man, that was fun. I got to lead a bunch of laps. Drive the hell out of that truck, man. And it came down to pit strategy, and that was that, man. It was tight.
Well, you could definitely tell that last 2 laps how hard you were driving it. We could tell that back end was slipping as you got onto the gas.
Yeah, I was giving her all she had. I mean, I feel like we were pretty uneven playing fields with tire-wise and stuff, so it was just trying not to make too many mistakes. And, hey, man, podium, take it all day.
Well, great job tonight, buddy. Congratulations. That was a great, great race.
Thanks, brother.
And finally, our winner is burning off what little tire he has left. Swafford, how worn out are you after watching Dean sit on your back bumper for the last few laps?
Man, I am not going to lie. There's a couple of times I definitely overdrove some corners, and I was definitely looking in my mirror watching him get closer, and I was like, oh, crap, here we go.
It looked like both of you were really pushing the truck. There was times where on that last couple laps where you both would come out of the corners and the back end would slip from getting on the gas a little too much.
Yeah, it seemed like no matter what you did to the setup, you couldn't really tighten her up. It just, you had to be easy with your throttle and easy in, easy out. Otherwise, it was just, that rear end would just kick out for me no matter what.
Well, man, it was a great run, and you and Blake came in tied for second, but obviously you'll pull into second, possibly into the lead with Edmund finishing sixth, and these last 2 races, that points battle for the win, that's going to be a close one.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a fun one to watch, seeing that it's going to be at a speedway. You know, those are always fun, so we'll take what we got tonight. You know, the win definitely helps.
Well, great job, buddy. Congratulations. That was an awesome win, awesome strategy, and awesome racing.
Thank you, Doug.
Justin Swafford pulls off a crazy win, and what an eventful night. Can't wait to watch the reels. We'll have them on Facebook and YouTube. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. We'll have videos up on YouTube later tonight. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hope you guys had as much fun as we did. Have a great night, everybody.